Hello, and welcome to the Matter of Draig podcast, a bi-weekly real-play Dungeons & Dragons podcast recorded live in the same room with Rob, the Dungeon Master,
Ben playing Bernard Weissmith, the half-elf warlock,
Marty playing Lauren Snake Eye Stonefist, a dwarven rogue,
and Mario playing Raven, the human cleric, obviously.
We'd love to hear from you. We're draigcast on Twitter and Reddit, and our email is draigcast@rattleboxgames.com. And now let us see how our adventurers are faring in their travails in the tower. As we mentioned, the four of you are all now standing on a table. It's Bernard, Larn, and Raven, and then Amserdiel, if you remember, is the name of the magic user who you met, and by met I mean attempted to hamstring as he cast the spell that enchanted the portal that you just walked through. And if you recall, when you did walk through it, Amserdiel deactivated it, and it crumbled into a pile of stones on the table.
right?
He gingerly steps off the table. Well, I guess dismounts the table. Stepping off, I assume it would break him.
Yeah.
He is an old man. He's about 73, give or take. And you notice immediately that whereas when you stepped through the portal, it was day, currently it is night. And whereas before it was probably a little distracting to have the swirling lights of the portal and the old man standing on the table, and perhaps you didn't notice, the room that you're in, it has a metal roof, which is sort of conical, and it is almost entirely windows all the way around, in much the same way that a lighthouse might be constructed, although it is not a lighthouse. There's windows all around, except at one point there is a door through which you can reach a parapet, a walkway around the cupola that you're in.
Okay. Well, it kind of looks like we just went forward in time, to me. But should we just... I honestly have no idea how we would prove that we're in the past. So we should just take his word for that until
I guess
we
I
figure
could
it
check
out.
the stones, but I didn't really get a whole good look when we were here before.
You know,
In the future, oh god, my brain hurts.
the old man gets a look of concern when you say that. And it's an interesting thing about, olden times. Like, how do you know what day it is without meeting someone and asking them, even back in as recently as Dickens, boy, what day is this?
Shut up, old man.
Buy the largest goose? And shove it up. Never mind. Anyway, so like I said, you give him pause. Like, oh, geez. I hope this did work.
Yeah. Are you also... He's also...
Well, it's not like, he pulls out his iPhone and he's like,
Yeah.
I don't have service.
Right. Well, I mean, that's the
Should have gone with Verizon.
other thing, is the iPhones wouldn't work. So you'd be like, well, now I just don't know anything. But we don't have iPhone. We didn't have iPhones then, so it's fine.
Yeah.
We don't have iPhones.
And by iPhone, it's an eyeball that you put on a disc and you roll it around, and it makes sound. It's a phonographic eyeball.
Yeah, it's a necromancy. I've got some friends that do that.
Yeah.
I do have a question about... I'm going to ask this in my normal voice. I have a question about Gore 2. What is happening with Gore 2? Is he in the present, future, and I'm not going to try to retcon this if he's still in the present, future.
You can ask that question, or you can just,
Look through his eyes?
don't tell, do, right?
Well, okay, so I'm going to try to look through his eyes, because I don't know how that works.
Okay, fair enough.
But, yeah.
You don't get anything.
Nothing.
You can't sense a connection with Gortu.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess that gives me somewhat of an answer.
Now,
What gave you an answer?
Oh, I tried to see through Gore 2's eyes, and I didn't get anything.
Is Gortu that flying frog thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dragon.
All right, yeah.
It's a dragon.
Frog,
but okay.
dragon, same thing.
I don't know if you remember how that works. Like, do you remember the spell? Because Gortu is a feature of something called a pact bond that we have when we are a warlock. And I I think actually we had him a little wrong the way you were using him. I don't think you can see through his eyes quite as far as you thought you could.
Oh, as long as I'm in the same plane, because I took an invocation that gives me increased familiar. But if it was simply a pseudo-dragons can do that with anyone within 30 feet.
Fair
something
enough.
like that.
Okay.
Or like a kilometer, I think.
Well, I think you're right. It's 30 or 100 feet. But so you chose Pact of the Chain, which is the one that offers a familiar.
Mm-hmm. Now look for, there's an invocation.
So there's a spell for that. So I think you could do the invocation again.
Oh, because he's a pseudo-dragon, I can just get him back into my...
It takes an hour to cast that invocation.
Okay. So is it always the same,
So you're
technically?
casting Find Familiar. So do you want to look up Find Familiar? Looking it up in the player's handbook. Find the path. Find your wallet. Find your butt with both hands. Find a clue. It takes 1 hour to cast. It doesn't require anything that unusual. I'll let you do it if you want. So you don't feel a connection to Gortu. Was a...
Oh, no. While your familiar is within 100 feet, you can communicate with it telepathically. So but this is a different, that's when I find it. But then the invocation is the special, like, there's an invocation in there. Sorry, that's why I can communicate with him over the entire plane of existence, like throughout
We'll double check that, but yeah.
If he's still in the future...
But so Find Familiar just... Okay, yeah.
If he's still in the future,
He's technically... But
he's in the same room,
no,
he's still within 100 feet. Just
He wasn't within 100 feet.
No, he had left, but also the mechanics of space-time, that's on...
Yeah,
that's the DM.
Yeah.
So he gets to say...
Well, and that's my question.
So, okay.
I mean, is time acting like space here, too? Like, does time act as an extra variable for distance?
Who knows?
You can try and feel around the edges of that. I'm not going to answer that question directly.
So, yeah, I could do Find Familiar is basically going to bring Gortu to where I am, is what you're saying?
What does it say about when your familiar dies?
You die as well. If your familiar dies, you're a really bad pet owner and should not be allowed anymore.
You didn't dismiss it.
Right.
Which if you had, I think you probably could have pulled it out.
Oh, wait. Well, I mean, so what does dismissing mean? That means it goes back into its realm?
Literally disappears into a pocket dimension, they say.
Oh. Well, he could have done that. It didn't happen.
You
I'm not going to recon.
Yeah.
I'm not going to retcon it. Okay. So Find Familiar is basically I'm just going to pull him back out.
Or do you get a new guy?
Or do I get a new guy?
You're like, I don't like this Gortu guy anymore.
Gotta cast a spell. I mean, are you gonna?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. Are you going to explain what you're doing to the guy who's standing there?
I feel like that guy probably understands.
Do we have an hour? Do you have an hour for me to sit here and I really want my pseudo dragon back?
He says, "Why don't we all take a quick rest?
Okay.
And then we can move on. Casting that spell was exhausting.
Oh yeah.
But time is, in fact, of the essence.
All right. Well, I'll just do it now. All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast.
So, when will you have that spell ready again? Just so when we're done, we can go back to the future. You know, because I mean, I got some games to bet on.
Do you have a bell?
Yeah, actually, I do. As a matter of fact, it's probably right under here. Hold on, let me look at my bag. 1,000 ball bearings, 10 feet of string, crowbar, hammer.
That's not a bell.
Hooded lantern, 2 flasks of oil, 50 hempen rope, 50 feet of hempen rope. Here's the bell. Okay, right. Here you go.
All right, ring the bell.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Unring the bell now.
What?
Exactly. It took me a lifetime. It took me 60 years to learn the magic and accrue the power to be able to cast that one invocation to set my life to right.
Boy, you didn't think this through, did you?
Do you know the life expectancy of humans in this world? I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, he's old. For a human, we're fine. He's a child, but yeah. So
But
okay, well, 60 years
just-
isn't that long. We could just
So-
learn it in 60 years, right?
So your point is that you're going to go back in time and change time so you never have to go through the stuff that made you seek out the power to be able to change time so that you can't go back in time to stop yourself from going through the horrible life. So then you'll go through the horrible life again, and then you'll... none of this makes any sense.
You sound like you have about a 13 intelligence. Maybe you shouldn't pull too hard at this string.
I've read some books in my time.
Do you have any books from the library?
Are we talking about, like, alternate universes here? Because even that doesn't really do you any good then.
What are you talking about?
Don't... If he splits off the time, okay, never mind. I'm just going to go with it and hope for the best.
How could you even split off time? It sounds like you don't know what time is.
I've had a lot of time to think about stuff like this.
Okay.
All right. You're burning time on this short rest.
All right, short rest.
I assume you're not short
So
resting.
how are we supposed...
I'm
Are we
casting.
just supposed to live in this time now?
Yes.
I didn't force you to go through the portal. You chose that.
Wait,
we did.
I don't remember anymore, did we?
No, we definitely wanted to.
Oh, okay. All right, well,
He barely had the word portal out of his mouth, and you guys were like, "Oh yeah!"
We were really excited.
Like the Kool-Aid man.
Wait,
Right.
so then important question. Does that mean that there's a 60-year-old version of myself running around out there? Because I remember the kind of stuff I got up to 60 years ago. And boy, would I like to join myself on that. That was fun.
I believe that there is a 20-year-old Bernard somewhere. There's a 60-year-old Larn somewhere.
Yep.
And 40 years ago, Raven wouldn't have been born. His parents wouldn't have been born. His grandparents would likely be infants, and his great-grandparents would be slightly older than he is himself.
Huh.
So
we could end that timeline. Just kidding.
So the new quest is to find Raven's grandparents?
And
Great-grandparents.
murder them. Yep, we're gonna kill.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
In
I'm kidding.
fairness, his grandparents would be easier to kill since they're just infants.
Yeah.
All right, I have an idea. We need to go back to Eagle Watch and find the bank that has the best interest rates. And then I'm going to open a trust in your name. So then by the time you're born, you're rich. And then you just remember me. You remember what I did for you. Don't you forget about me.
I mean, he's
Don't
already.
you forget about me. Now, did you
I have a simple mind, but...
in fairness, did you not do that already? We don't know.
Right.
Because we don't know. We just don't know. All
Nobody do anything.
So are you going to cast this spell?
If we didn't know, we couldn't have gone to the bank to find out.
Just saying. We'll see. We'll see how this all plays out. All right, so you're casting Find Familiar.
Correct.
Is there anything you guys would like to do with a short rest? The thing is, you're actually uninjured, and you really sort of just like an hour, 15 minutes ago woke up from a long rest. But if there's anything you want to prepare, you've got your string around your finger, which you could probably change the spell out on. I don't know if you want to think about switching any spells out or anything.
Okay.
But here's what you know. Amser DL is hot to trot to get up the mountain and deal with the mwydyn. So keep that in mind. All right, so you cast that spell?
Yes.
Okay. It takes an hour, and you guys do whatever preparations you're going to do. Oh, interesting. You can cast that and have your same familiar change forms, too.
Yeah, I was thinking it's probably the same guy. It's the same familiar. It's just the form he takes is whatever.
All right. So
It's just some dude, and this is just his day job.
Yeah, he just appears.
His real name's Jeff.
So what happens is very much the same thing as happened the first time you cast this spell. Although I think actually the first time we didn't have you cast the spell, it just sort of happened.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, the effect is the same as what happened. Your eyes sort of roll up into your head, and somewhere about your person, perhaps we'll say on a shoulder, parrot-esque, appears a pseudo dragon named Gortu, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Eddie Gordo's back.
Watch it."
We went back in time. Sorry about that. We went back in time and kind of forgot to let you know about that.
Who are we?
Oh, I'm Bernard Weissmith. This is Lauren. This is Raven. that old guy doesn't matter. And then you're... Wait, what's your name? You're the same guy.
Gortu.
Yeah, you're still
Nice,
Gortu.
nice to meet you.
Wait,
Sounds
wait,
like
wait,
Eddie
wait.
Gordo lost his memory. I mean, he's been hanging out with us for days.
Are you a warlock?
Oh,
Perchance?
yeah.
He's a wizard.
No, I'm a warlock.
Keep that straight. He
Warlock.
doesn't like it when you call him other things. He's a
That's
wizard.
correct, but I am a warlock.
Did you happen to just cast Find Familiar?
Oh, yeah. But I've already known you. Oh, is this not working? Is this...
I've got. This is awkward.
Uh-huh.
I'm already working with someone.
Mm.
Look. I want to let you know. Lovely to meet you guys, but
Right.
I have to go back. I'm currently already a familiar.
All right.
Oh, wait. We're back in time, so he's probably working a previous job.
Yeah, that's what I'm...
So you hear a,
Oh, he's gone.
and he just disappears.
Great.
And
I
he's
think you're
gone.
going to have to hire a temp for a while, and then maybe once we have time, when all this shakes out, you can hold some more interviews. Get yourself a master's program candidate.
So you can go back to. I assume you maybe had a save of the
We're gonna
game
redo
right
that?
before you finished casting, and you can go back to that save.
Yep.
And instead of trying to conjure Gortu, who, as he mentioned, exists in this time,
Right.
but is working with a different warlock.
Okay.
I really spent a lot of time thinking about what's going to happen to Gortu. Mm-hmm. So you could recast and see what happens.
Oh, yeah. I'll recast. I don't have any say in what happens, right? Like, it's just automatically these familiars are...
I mean, you can choose the form still. Do you want to go
Right.
pseudo dragon again?
I think you should
What
get
else
a
do I
penguin this
get?
time.
No, not a penguin. I know that warlocks get, like, they have a good... Like, you can do normal or this, and this.
Yes.
I can't remember what those this, and thises are.
You can choose the regular ones, which are enumerated on page 240 of the player's handbook, or you can also choose an imp, a pseudo-dragon, a quasit, or a sprite.
What is a quasit?
Now, that's a good question. You know what
Is
that...
it anything like a method?
So it's a demonic creature. I want the quasit, I think, because shape changer, the quasit can use its action to polymorph into a beast form that resembles a bat.
Okay.
Or a centipede, or
Name
a
it
toad,
Bruce.
or back into its true form, and it just gets some like extra stats
Okay.
for like mostly speed, magic resistance, has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. Basically the same. Claw, scare.
Oh, nice. I was... I can't say what I was about to say.
The quasit, and then it can turn invisible until it attacks or uses scare, or until its concentration ends. That's pretty
that's
good.
fun.
Tiny, fiend, chaotic evil, AC 13, HP 7.
He's full-on tiny.
Yeah.
And he's chaotic evil. I think he should always turn into a bat, and you should name him Bruce.
Dark vision, 120 feet, passive perception, skills, stealth. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take the quasit, and I do not know what his name is.
No, you wouldn't.
Okay, cool.
Great. So same thing happens. Eyes roll up in the head. Sort of, you're all checked out, and you can hear sort of the powers that be sorting through sort of a card catalog. Swipe left, swipe right, and finally you get a good match, and a quasit appears. And we said. What is their default form? Sort of a centipede?
No, their default... I'm sorry, one second. Their default is...
Oh, imp-like.
Yeah.
Sort of. Okay. All right.
Like that? I don't know. Like they have wings.
Oh, the quasit. It is in the player's handbook. It's on
Okay.
page 309. So its demon form is its basic.
Yeah, it looks like a demon.
So yeah, we'll just say that he's in his demon form. And how big are they?
So it's tiny, but I don't know what that size means.
I will tell you
probably
in
like-
1 second.
Like this. If you can see on the
Do you
podcast.
see this? Everyone look. It's
Yeah.
this big.
If you're looking at the pod,
that makes
yeah.
a lot of sense.
Right.
No, look right down your headphones.
If you look in between, like the space in between my fingers, that's how big he is.
Okay.
Thank you
Right.
for
Well,
watching.
now everybody understands.
Yep. All the listeners know.
If you're tuning in on channel 37,
So think hawk, imp, rat, sprite. So I think Hawk and Rat. So he's pretty small.
Yeah, somewhere between like a foot
Yeah.
and 2 feet, right? Something like that.
Yeah. Okay. So he shows up and he says, "Hey."
Oh, hey.
Oh, is this too close?
No, I think this works. I like your voice.
You guys
Melodious.
match.
Yeah, this is much better than Gore 2. This is great.
You hear, "Hey, man,
Wait, what?
why you got to salt my game?
Don't worry. We meet in the future. You just...
Oh, you just watch out."
Who are you working with? All right, bye.
You know, when
He's
you
gone.
get to the future, he's going to have some words for you. I remember you.
Apparently he was fine with it.
So, maybe he didn't want to split the time stream. My name's Bruto.
Oh, okay.
What's yours?
Bernard.
He reaches out a hand.
Oh, and I put a finger.
He's got surprisingly warm, dry, firm finger shake.
Oh.
Definitely sharp, long, tiny fingernails.
Ooh.
You don't think that getting a back scratch from him would be a great idea.
Right.
Probably leave shallow but noticeable lacerations. So, what's the deal here?
We're just... Oh, well, it doesn't make sense to you that we travel back in time. You're in your normal time.
Just tell him we came from the future.
We came from the future, and...
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And now we're gonna...
Great.
We're
Great.
gonna...
One of these guys.
Yep. And we're... Well,
Which means that we're only going to be hanging out with you for a short amount of time, so you better get used to it, okay, Gordo 2?
Bruto.
it's Bruto, man.
Right, I got it, Gordo 2.
He does that. We are here to fight mwydyn.
Hui.
Ooh, is that a problem?
Well,
tell me you're one.
how you're big.
Yeah.
I am what we call tiny.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
And-
I'm not going to just throw you at mwydyn. We'll have a strategic
Can
plan.
I check your references as a warlock?
Oh, as a familiar owner?
Yes.
Okay,
Is this
hold
guy
up.
even supposed to get a say in this?
No,
I mean,
he definitely
just does
doesn't.
what you tell him.
He's ordained to be with me now by the great old one. But
Yes.
I
I
mean,
thought he was an employee. I mean,
Actually-
I'm personally thinking you need to cut his pay.
I think it's Dido.
yeah. Well, do I? And I know that.
You do.
Okay. Yeah. Dito told him to be here.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, tell you what. Just as sort of, to little CYA, he boop disappears from. You can't see him.
Oh,
But
right.
you still feel him on your shoulder.
okay.
You know, now that he's gone, I can say this. I think you should cast your fine familiar thing again and try and get a much finer familiar, because that guy's got issues.
So,
Gordo
okay.
2, you should go with a Gordo 3.
So okay, do I still have that invocation? I still have that invocation where, because he's a familiar and he's a quasit, I have telepathy. But I have an invocation where I have that if he's on the same plane of existence, I can talk to him. I'm pretty sure it's an invocation. Okay. So I'm gonna say to Bruto in my head, turn into a bat real quick. As soon as when I snap my fingers,
Okay, done. He's an
And does he-
invisible bat.
He's okay now. Be visible. Hold on. It's working.
Okay.
Be visible.
He turns.
Come on.
He turns visible.
Oh, there he is.
Wait, you got another one?
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
bat.
okay.
It's a bat now.
All right, Gordo 3.
Yeah, sure.
Got it. All right, cool.
Oh boy, you guys. This is. Oh boy.
You can go invisible again.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Do you offer dental?
Do we? I've never really checked out the terms of our health plan.
All right, so Amsterdale clears his throat in a way that reverberates throughout the room. If the windows weren't so impeccably placed in the walls, they would probably rattle. However, they are that well placed. And he says, "As I think I mentioned, time is of the essence."
I think that might have actually been in another time.
No, I said it this time too.
Oh, okay.
And now he leads the way to the door, opens it, and uses his arm to gesture, "Follow me."
All right, and I do that.
Did you happen to bring climbing equipment? We know what you have, dwarf.
Oh,
Then you know the answer is yes. Very much so.
A little, okay, a little. Did you come here completely unprepared?
Maybe? I mean, to be fair, we showed up at the top of this tower, and you were like, hey, portal, and we just went in. We weren't like, oh, we're going to be stranded in the past. We're screwed.
Well,
that wasn't a
you
thought
knew
we
what
had.
we were doing. Oh,
We kind of figured you had a way back.
It was a very quick, yeah.
all right. So
You know what, though? Does anybody remember the results of any of the goat races in the past? Because we could make a killing.
No.
Damn. Should have bought an almanac.
I have some comments about goat races here.
Is
Okay.
that in your...
In the document. I have
Oh,
some.
man.
Anyway, it's right there. It's in the known effects.
We've actually eliminated goat racing
So-
from the history of the world.
He opens the door and heads out, and I don't know if you follow him or not. The door happens to be, let's say that north is 12 o'clock, and the tower is, as we know, a circle, right? So the door to get in downstairs was at 3 o'clock, and the door that you open to go out onto the parapet is at 9 o'clock on that. So facing the rock face, which makes a certain amount of sense, because if you were going to set a door you can't see through in a room that's made out of glass, you would choose the side that's facing a stone wall instead of out at the lush trees below. And actually, right out in front of that, there is so there's the sort of walkway around. As we mentioned, this is incredibly tall, the tower. If it were lower, you would probably make a fair battlement, but accurately shooting an arrow from this height would be very difficult. But facing the door, there is a gap in the wall, the little sort of waist-high battlement that surrounds the walk there. And it, very intentional looking.
Okay. So there's a break. Is it? Okay.
So it's clear that whoever built this tower left a gap there intentionally. You know, it's sort of framed out in stone.
Okay.
And you're standing out. It is a lovely spring evening.
Well, I've seen all I need to see. Let's go.
Okay. You entered the previous room through a trapdoor.
Wait.
Do we have to go through all that crap again?
Okay. Hold on. I'm going to send Bruto,
Okay.
and I'm going to be like, can you turn into a caterpillar? Yeah, caterpillar. Climb through that, please. Let me know what's going on.
I thought it was a centipede.
Centipede.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
Centipede.
But he's already also
He might be
It's already
tiny enough.
tiny.
he's a bat already. Like he
Oh, he could. Yeah. Well, or if you want to awkwardly shuffle through as a bat, it's fine.
So what's the deal?
I'd like him to go through the gap and tell me what's going on.
He's like, well, so
He's
you
a
want him
bat,
to go over
so-
and look?
Yeah.
He literally just flies over, sits on the railing, and he's like,
How does it look? I don't know what I'm
nice
doing.
stonework.
Okay.
And so wait, he's down here, right? Yeah. He's like, nice stonework. I don't know.
All right.
What do you want?
I don't know.
There's looks like
Wait.
what?
So, okay. This is. Hold on. There's a gap,
Yeah.
and it's
There's maybe 3 feet. That's just.
nothing.
You know what? There's a chain that says no children, danger. No, there isn't. But
Okay.
maybe there should be. Health and safety.
Can you fly a little bit out and see if, and then fall a little bit?
He flies over there.
Fall's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind. I don't know what I'm doing. Do we have marbles? Ooh, ball bearings. Ball bearings.
How many you need?
All of them.
1,000,
No, I'm just kidding.
1,000. What? I'm still not sure if you have 1,000 or 999.
No, I
No,
picked,
I picked it up. Oh, you picked it up.
Somebody picked it up.
Somebody's got it.
Okay, I think there might have been another throwing.
Yeah.
You threw one at one of the statues
Yeah.
after that, and I don't remember you saying you picked it up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I got 999. How many you need?
I'm trying to figure out what this gap is for. Why is it so important?
Can I
My
throw-
eye is
can I-
drawn to it.
Can I throw
Maybe
an
it's like
idea out there?
teeth.
Look at it.
And perceive it.
Just take a look. Like you guys are just standing in the doorway.
All right. I'm going to go look at it.
Okay. So the stone at the threshold literally has the word "jump" written on it.
Interesting. Do I want to
Don't.
do that? Yeah, I'm going to jump.
You are?
I think I'm just going to do it.
I would
if it's
get.
like
No, wait. What I mean is I jump up straight into the air and
Okay.
back down.
That's fine.
I was gonna say get Amsterdam to jump first.
And he just dies. And now we're back in time for no reason.
I mean, it is your fight too because you've been sent here to do this, but he's got a very personal stake in this.
Yeah.
So you jump straight up and you feel nothing. Like you feel. Here's what you feel. Whoop.
Yep.
Well, he went ahead and jumped.
Ooh, what if
He
we
might as well.
wait? Rope. Do you have rope, Lauren?
50 feet.
All right. Who's the lightest person in our group?
Certainly not me. I'm the densest.
Yeah,
in
that's
more
true.
ways than one.
Well, who's the strongest?
Well, that's probably me.
Really?
Yeah, I suspect so. You guys look pretty puny.
I feel like you're not strong at all. I feel like you're very dexterous, but not strong.
You know, I've got feelings.
No, I'm not trying to be mean. You're tiny, literally.
Oh, jeez. So what's your deal?
I need the strongest person to hold on to the rope with another person, and then
Okay.
All right, let's get
whoever the
old
lightest
man
person is.
And
except
Gordo
for
number
the-
3.
No.
You can hold the rope, and then I'll go down.
All right, how about this? I'm just gonna jump, but I need the rope tied around me in a way that's not gonna hurt too bad.
Okay, so what we do is we tie it around his neck and his waist. Because
Zappa.
those are, they're very supported areas.
Hey guys, this is a public service announcement from your friendly neighborhood
Yeah.
dungeon master. Don't let Laharn babysit your children.
Lahard.
After he tries to put a noose around your neck,
I fixed that.
I assume you
Yeah.
maybe more of a sort of chest waist type situation.
Mm-hmm.
And Amsterdam points out that he happens to know
Oh.
that the table in the other room, the legs, it is immovable. That table, certainly, he wasn't able to move it by any magical or non-magical means that he tried when he was building that portal.
Oh yeah, and there's also like a
So if
whole
you want to tie it
building.
off to that,
Yeah, let's do
Wait
that.
a minute. You were here. Do you know what this is, Mr. Deal?
The jump thing.
it says jump.
Oh yeah, but did you
yeah.
jump ever?
No?
Is it? All right, well we're gonna do it.
Okay.
So watch and learn,
God's bless.
and then I jump.
All right, you
Do
jump.
I need to roll for jump?
I didn't tie anything
All right, you do
yet.
need to roll because. So what did we say? It's sort of in the 15 to 20 foot range between you and the cliff face.
Oh,
We'll say about 20 feet, and we said it's about 328 feet.
ooh, man.
So about 330 feet between friends. So you jump. Mm-hmm. And how long was the rope?
50 feet.
50 feet.
Okay,
So
50 feet.
You're not
so-
making it the whole 300 and bajillion feet.
Right.
1 second.
If I would like that, I would like Bernard to die of like being cut in half from a rope.
So 30 feet of the rope is taken up by going from about 30 feet, going around your waist and to the table.
Okay.
So you've got about 20 feet. So actually, you jump. I roll. You literally, you get jerked. Like you feel like you're about to be cut in half by the rope. But the weird thing is, you could reach out and touch the cliff face. You're so close to it.
Okay.
So the rope is just going straight out from the where you
Right.
tied it to the table.
I'm gonna use a dagger to cut the rope.
Okay.
So I do that. Oh, I'm
Wait,
sorry.
you're really going to cut my rope?
He cuts your rope and and he does fall flat onto the.
How
the
high did he
cliff
cut
face.
the rope from the end?
No, like I cut it,
I mean, it
in
was
front
tied
of
around
me.
you, so...
Yeah, I cut like the
Probably-
rope that was
now I
in
got
front of me.
44
40-something.
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So so you are now.
Thanks, Ben.
Ow.
You're now sort of unceremoniously plopped onto the cliff face, laying on your stomach, in what is definitely sort of a different frame of gravitational attraction.
I stand up.
You're fine. There you are, standing. So to look at them, you would
Yeah,
have
I
to
look-
crane your neck
Yeah.
backwards.
I look up and be like, you might want to grab the other end of that rope and just, it's kind of a fall, but it's fine.
Bruto says, "Is this what this guy? Is this his thing?" Is this what's the haps?
I don't even know anymore. I'm so lost on what we're doing here that
Wait, Bruto, come here.
All right, he flies over as a bat.
He's fine. See,
And
it's how
actually,
it's normal
it
gravity.
It gets a little weird for
Yeah.
him when there's definitely a sort of a transitional point. You notice him get the little hitch in his giddy up flying, but he makes it over to you and he lands on your shoulder.
Yeah, see? It's weird.
Amsterdeel just walks up to the edge, closes his eyes, and jumps. But he was holding the rope, and so he does hit a point, and he just sort of lowers himself down, and easy peasy.
Well, if they can do it, I can do it. I'm just going to step right off without even touching the rope.
He's just stepping off, so does that mean he just falls to his death?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so Larn dies, and now what are you going to do, Raven? Wait, here, we have to roll, if my math is right,
He steps off
33d6 damage.
really slowly.
I totally interpreted all of this wrong.
Yeah, there's like a point where we go from normal gravity to gravity facing the cliff face, and you just walked off.
It doesn't say step. It says jump.
Wait, so I had to jump?
into
And then
the
I would've
weird
been fine?
gravity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, like it's
shoot.
a. Hold
well.
on.
Well,
It's-
he totally screwed that up.
Fortunately for you, Amser reaches around his waist, grabs a whip, and whoosh,
I just got Indiana Jones.
well, let's see. Oh, you're lucky. I don't even have to check his character sheet. He rolled a 15, which is going to be plenty enough for him to capture you. And he asks you guys to give him a hand, but they winch you back up, and he looks at you and he says, "Dwarf, seriously."
What'd you do that for? I was almost down. God, always ruining my fun.
trying to belly flop the ground like a god.
Do we need to get the authorities involved on behalf of your friend? Does he need someone to sort of make decisions for him?
Nah, I think we're okay. He'll die eventually if one of these things. Like, we'll get it. We'll be
Hasn't happened yet.
All right, and then is it just you on the other side, Raven? Or I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to follow Amsterdeel's example.
Good.
It seems the safest.
That's a better example. So you sort of, interestingly, the rope is being pulled straight out, so it's still pointing out that way. So you are able to lower yourself a little awkwardly, just because that's not usually what gravity does. But it's another hint that there might be some magical component to this building. And you're on the cliff wall.
So now do we just walk forward? No, up, right?
I don't know.
We're fighting mwydyn.
So what we do know
I
is
want to go find myself. See you guys.
you're going to have a vision quest. You're maybe going to go travel to New Zealand, wear some Birkenstocks, stay in a
If I
hostel,
remember correctly, they were probably going to hang me around this time.
learn how to play the guitar. Anyway, what you know is that the mwydyn, and maybe this is Amsterdeel just pointing out something that you already know, is that the mwydyn, one of the best ways for them to protect their eggs is they love these sheer cliff walls because their heart is all get out to summit. There's every reason to believe that not too far up this cliff wall there will be the brood. And the way it works with these mwydyn, this is something ages and ages ago we did a sort of nature check, and I want to say that it was Bernard had some previous knowledge, but it could have been Raven. I know it wasn't Laharn because it involved rolling reasonably well, and you guys knew some things about these beasts. They do have sort of like sea turtles in a way, their breeding behavior, in so much as there'll be multiple sets of eggs in one location, which is one of the things that makes their hatchings so brutal, is that potentially hundreds and hundreds of these could hatch and come down. And think sea turtle again. When sea turtles hatch, it's not like a couple here, a couple there. It's like everyone all at the same time, and they book it for the water. Mm-hmm. Similar idea. So Amster says, "Well, let's go up," and he starts walking up.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'll do that.
Okay. Luckily, gravity holds. This is perhaps the most disconcerting thing you've ever done. And as you're going up, roll an Adam West check.
Oh, I have no idea. Oh, neither do you.
Did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a
Two.
1.
Two
I
twos
don't even
and
know
a
who
one.
Adam West is.
It's almost as though this is in another universe and
Yeah.
another time. So you don't, but you just, the words Adam West come to mind and you don't know why. I need a serious check from Bernard. Roll a d20.
18.
Oh, you magnificent son of a warlock. So that was a constitution check, which is probably a 17 then for you.
Oh, yeah. -1.
Okay. But it's sufficient. I assume you are making the deliberate choice to not look down because this is a squeamish check again to see if you throw up. The other thing is, I suppose you just threw up a little while ago, if I recall.
I think so. Yeah, I'm out.
We did take a short rest since then. Mm-hmm. So you keep going up, and as you get a little more, you'd guess, than twice as high as that tower. So you're some, who knows, 1,000 feet off the ground. The rock face is almost disturbingly straight. There's a point at which, in front of you, you see a not huge but noticeable swell in the stone ahead of you.
Okay.
Where do you think Amser is in marching order? Because generally it's Larn, Bernard, Raven.
I don't think I'm in front.
No, I think
because
I'm...
I feel like Amster is probably dragging me because I'm probably trying to do something stupid.
Actually, I think he's probably holding your hand.
Yeah.
Like a little kid.
I think I'm in front, and actually, when I see this swell, I'd like to take a rock and throw it straight out in front of me,
Okay.
which is up, and see what happens to the rock.
So the rock hits that swell, and angle out, angle in is what we say when we're talking about ballistics. It sort of bounces off and back toward you, and it sort of rolls down at your feet in a way that really
Angers
you
you.
don't. It angers everything your brain has ever told you about life.
Right.
The fact that this thing is just sort of rolls, and then gravity stops it not too far from your feet.
Right, so if I was to try to figure out what just happened, I would say, looks like that was falling towards me and then, like, falling like in the direction of behind me
But
in
it-
my
it-
frame of
but-
reference, and
well-
then stopped when it got to me, or...
So it acted the same as it would have.
Oh, so
if
we
it were
can...
on the ground.
All right, so we're fine then.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
There's every reason to expect that you're fine. And maybe you just push Amser a little, like, you know, when you're holding someone's hand, you can sort of guide them a little. That's all of ballroom dancing is based on these subtle suggestions you make. Maybe Larn just kind of pushes Amser out a little in front of him.
Yes.
So that swell, it goes for maybe 8 or 10 feet. And once again, this is another weird sensation. You're climbing up. Every time you put your foot down, it feels like you should be pushing yourself off into space. I just want to point out that this is not an experience that you're getting totally used to.
Oh, okay.
After a lifetime of living with the gravity being 90 degrees
Oh.
from the way you are. It just feels bad and weird and wrong.
But I
still.
would imagine that this would have been very useful for Larn in his second story breaking and entering days.
Sweet goodness, yeah. I mean, if he could figure out how this is done and do it, he would be the cat's pajamas.
So now I feel like he's having a really good time with this.
You know, maybe that's true. Maybe Larn is the only one who isn't bothered by this at all because he's just not thinking of the ramifications.
I mean, he's a pretty good climber, and he's used to climbing high things, so... Man, this stone is kind of nice. I should take a closer look and see if I can replicate whatever's going on here.
So here's the deal. You look at the stone, and there's some weirdness with the fact that just there's some dust sticking to it because it's caught in this weird sort of gravity inversion. So that's odd. But the other thing you notice is, and once again, dark. Raven, do you turn on your flashlight? Want to illuminate anything?
Well, it's daytime, isn't it?
No, it's nighttime now.
I thought it was.
It started day.
Oh,
and
yeah,
went
it is
into
night. It is
Okay.
night. Oh, man.
It's fairly dark.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think that you would have illuminated something or no?
Yeah.
What do you want to illuminate? It doesn't matter to me.
I'll go with my mace again.
There is a path worn into the stone that Larn would recognize as being from sort of people over a long period of time using a stone surface to walk on.
It's kind of smoothed down like a path. I bet some people have been using this kind of over a long period of time. I don't know.
That sounds
Maybe
so
we
familiar.
should follow this path.
Did I hear you say that you were going up the swell there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's the thing. That swell is one of the reasons you couldn't see what is there. Because, you know, if you're looking up hundreds of feet, that swell is enough to block a fair distance behind it. And what is there is it has a lip. The swell goes for 15 feet, and then it tapers off. It ends.
And then turns into the top of the thing.
No,
Or-
interesting. You can see past it at that point that there is more cliff, but there is about 30 feet
Of
a gap.
just gap.
Well, like from where you are.
Yeah, it just looks like there's a hole.
But yeah, you can see that there's space.
So
Do you want to go right up to the edge of the swell?
Of the gap now that we see, or
So here's the thing: if you're until you get to the edge, you won't know what's on the other side of where you can't see. Right? I don't know if you want to investigate that or what.
yeah, I would like to investigate. Are we talking about walking up? So am I already on the swell?
I think you were.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are we talking about going up to like where that swell
To the
starts to
Terminates.
it turns into like the gap in the
Yeah.
yeah. Although I think Bernard would immediately assume that is where a bunch of mwydyn are. So I don't know that I'd want to go right up
Okay.
there.
So what are alternative solutions to that you might think of?
All right, Bruto, I'm gonna need you to be. This part makes more sense.
So wait, what makes sense?
Oh, don't centipede it up,
Yeah.
right? And I
Can
need you to
do.
go into that gap, because centipedes can walk like vertically,
Well, yeah, sure.
right?
Sure.
So yeah, you're fine. Now, could you just do that?
All right. So what he does is he's like,
Go look for me.
it's always like this with you warlocks. Here, this is terribly dangerous. Why don't you go ahead?
I mean, to be fair, hold on 1 second.
Oh, you were about to say something racist to a centipede.
No. I was gonna say, do mwydyn? Do I know enough about mwydyn to know whether or not they eat centipedes? Would they not care, or would they be like, yeah, that's my food?
A hungry mwydyn will eat anything. But
You know what?
he
Maybe
turns
be
into
invisible.
he turns into a centipede, and yes, in fact, turns invisible.
There you go.
And he goes to the edge of the swell, and he actually peeks his head over. And I suppose at this point, you could either rely on talking to him, or you could rely on looking through his eyes.
I'll just look through his eyes because I don't want to, depending on what's going on,
That's probably easier. It
Yeah.
saves us all a step.
Yeah.
What you see is exactly what you thought you'd see. It's difficult, especially from the vantage point of a centipede. Interestingly, when Bruto goes over the edge, gravity shifts back, which I assume you'd be able to feel since you're using his senses. And that's, once again, disconcerting. But now gravity's down when he's on the floor over that lip. And there are just, from his perspective, it's impossible to guess how many, but hundreds of large green eggs. And you're in a space, it's sort of an oval shape. It's about 60 feet deep, about 80 feet wide, and about 30 feet tall. And there's a raised portion at the back that, from a centipede's height, with the eggs between, I don't think you can really see well.
Okay, so he just can't see that.
Not unless you have him move.
All right, guys. So there's a bunch of mwydyn eggs in there. Mm-hmm. And then there's a thing in the back. Should I just have him go through and look at everything, or is that enough to know? My feeling is that could have mwydyn in the back, and that would be a good piece of information, like key information.
He is invisible.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, let's just do it. I mean,
Go for it.
you guys aren't too tired, right? Like, okay, let's just do it.
No, you're well rested, even
Yeah.
though it's night. And let me just point something out. One of the effects of this time travel is going to be jet lag, because you totally just messed up your sleep cycle.
Yeah.
So
Well, we're just nocturnal now.
I guess, well, but the nice thing is there is pay differential in Dungeons and Dragons. So if you work that third shift, you get that sweet differential.
Nice.
Yeah. And is it a holiday? We went back in time. It's spring. Like, if this is the equinox, you could be rolling in it.
Right.
Gonna get some holiday
It's going to be
pay.
weird. Well, the problem is our employer is 60 years in the future, but once we get back, man.
Just make sure you document it all.
Yeah, we got to write all this
Fill out your
down.
time cards.
Remember to clock in.
Paperwork.
Yeah.
HR. Dot those T's. Cross those I's. Wait. No. Anyway.
No, that's fine.
So he maybe turns into a bat.
And flies invisibly.
And flies invisibly up, which is pretty darn safe.
Yeah.
And as he does so, he's able to see with his night vision and yours, which don't double, but they're both nice.
Yeah.
You see that it's just sort of a sea of eggs. And here's the thing. You've seen a hatchling mwydyn before, and they're pretty big. I mean, they're probably, well, depending on who you are, above your knee, each egg. And they're just scads of them. But then on the platform at the end, there are two things. There is a large creature that you recognize as a mwydyn, an adult, except there's one wrong thing. Instead of wings, there are horrible scars where wings would be. And then the other thing is, behind that, on the platform, you see a huge symbol. It's that.
Oh, get this thing
So,
again.
It is the symbol of the heraldic eagle with an eye instead of a head.
That's in the mwydyn thing?
So what it is picture fantasy Steve Jobs has a new iPhone that is extra necromantic. Oh, it's just so necromantic. And,
With a really nice retina display.
well, it's 3G. Yes, a retina display because they're eyeball.
Yeah.
It's 3G, which is ghouls, ghosts, and ghasts.
No goblins, though.
But in the back, like, there would be the Apple logo, right?
Okay.
This is like that. So it looks like a stage with,
Right.
with a symbol behind it. Except they're a mess of mwydyn eggs and this disfigured adult mwydyn.
Okay. So, like I thought, there's a mwydyn on that thing in the back there.
Amser says, "Thank goodness. This is what we're here for.
Oh, to kill that one?
To kill the eggs.
Oh, yeah.
These are
but-
the eggs.
Right. So how are we doing that without getting killed by the big one?
Question of the day.
That's the question.
Why do we care about that?
Oh, I don't want to die.
I mean, you may be old.
Think of how many children's lives are at stake.
Ain't my problem.
You
You
Let me look
actually
at my alignment.
alignment check.
Yep. Nope. That's well within my alignment.
What?
It's chaotic neutral. So
Okay. You've got
my response is, and I don't live here. I don't know any of you. I'm willing to help, but
Yeah, look, nobody said I'd die in the process. I haven't lived 120 years just to die
All right. Well,
to one of these things. So let's try and figure out how we can do this without dying.
yeah.
okay. All right. What? He's like, as far as I know, this could be the night that they hatch. We can take a moment to make a plan, but not much longer.
Right. Yeah. No, I've
All
got
right. So
That's
yeah,
fine.
I mean, I'm not. Here's the thing. I'd like to live.
right. Right.
I'm not. You know.
All right, good. That's all we needed to know. We didn't know if this was like some sort of weird death wish thing on your part.
No.
Like, I've lost everything I love, so I might as well go to the past and sacrifice myself for no reason.
Well, actually, leave the no reason out, and I'm okay with most of that. All right. So, what's your thought? Yes.
Oh, I have a plan, kind
I
of.
love it. Let's share with the class.
So I'm gonna tell my co-partiers
Your
that
partay.
yeah, that the mwydyn adult, I can probably trick that thing into staying where it is using some hallucination magic on it.
Okay.
And I don't know, I'll try to think of something creative by the time I do the hallucination thing.
Okay.
If they can all take care of the eggs, and there are a lot of eggs.
There are a lot
guys.
of eggs.
There's only one mwydyn that I saw, like, that's an adult. I can keep it distracted until the eggs are gone, for the most part.
All right.
I do have a question for Doc Brown over there. So when you were studying time travel, did you also study any sort of fighting spells?
Something you know from what he told you earlier is that he didn't just study time magic. He's lived a life. He's traveled. So in this world, all of the humanoid races used to live together, but they just couldn't quite make that work. So now they sort of have separated into different whole continents, effectively. He's traveled to the dwarves. He's traveled to the elves. He even traveled to orc-like beings. He's tried to learn everything he could. But the truth is, in 60-ish years of walking around trying to collect this sort of magic, he's learned a few tricks. Which is to say, if you looked at his spell list, it would be copious.
Yeah, so I think he could probably do a pretty good job on his own, but my plan is distract that thing with the hallucination to give him some time with the eggs.
All right, that makes sense. I just wanted to make sure we didn't get roped in here to do all the legwork, and then this guy takes all the credit in the end.
Well, I don't care. Whatever. I mean...
I gotta get paid.
By who? We're kind of screwed.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna live long enough to see this come to fruition.
All right. I mean, that's fine. Do I know the gender of this mwydyn?
Why don't you roll?
Yes. Gender check. That is a 6 plus, I'm guessing, perception. 9. Total 9.
Since we established that you knew about them before, it's a female.
Okay. And how big do mwydyn get?
It's a good question.
How big are adult mwydyn?
This particular adult mwydyn, think sort of 10-foot body, but then they have long necks and long tails. The tail is probably about 15 feet.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what to make appear to this mwydyn.
Okay. And the other thing is they are slender.
Do we know how deep this cave is?
We do. It is approximately 30 feet tall, and that's from the ground since we're switching. It's about 60 feet deep, and it's about 80 feet wide. So 30 by 60 by 80. And it's sort of oval shaped with a raised platform at one end. And there isn't fantasy Steve Jobs there, but you wish there was.
All right, one more question.
What's that?
What is the mwydyn's enemy? Natural enemy?
People.
Or if I know it.
What you might know is that people don't love them. So there's that. Proper dragons would be a real threat to them, and they wouldn't be a huge threat to a dragon.
Okay. I think I'm ready.
Okay. Amsur is sort of there, ready, waiting. He knows what he's going to do. And he might even tell you. He says, you do what you're going to do. I'm going to get some help for us. I'm going to conjure an elemental.
Wow.
Is it going to be fire? Are we going to burn him? What are we going to do?
I was thinking stone.
Smash him. Okay. All right. I like stone.
All right.
So,
okay.
Maybe you two could, I don't know, peek your heads over or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, me and him are going to, I guess, look over.
All right, 1 second.
Are we going to have to do... Well, this might be a surprise round. Maybe.
Okay.
Oh, you just rolled.
I did.
All right. So we're still okay.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay. No, you're fine.
Okay. I'm going to start casting Phantasmal Force.
Okay.
What is this?
Is it a line of sight?
60 feet range. Is this thing within 60 feet of me?
Yeah, because actually that works out well. I did not look into any of the spells that you might be using, but 60 feet is how deep this is.
Yeah.
So that works out nicely for you. Here's the problem. When you poke your little head
Oh, no.
over the edge, there is very clearly a mwydyn looking at you. The mwydyn...
Wink at it.
Roll a 19 perception.
Ooh.
And its passive perception, I have to say, is not bad.
Right.
So
it definitely saw.
So yeah, but so if you're going to do a thing, don't dilly-dally.
Yeah, I'm going to cast this Phantasmal Force on that mwydyn.
I like it.
This is an illusion that takes root in the mind of a creature that you can see within range. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, you create a phantasmal object. Blah, blah, blah.
Boy, I wish it wasn't an intelligence for your sake.
Oh,
Intelligence
is he
saving
really
roll?
intelligent?
Pretty intelligent.
Oh, that's not great. I didn't think that was going to happen.
What does he need to beat?
A 12.
I got a 14.
Arrgh.
I'm showing Mario.
Yeah. Okay.
And he actually has a positive modifier, so that's not great. So does it just not affect it?
Let's see.
Or does he just see a half as frightening thing?
On a failed save.
Like the village code inspector? I need to come and inspect your magical walkway.
No, I think it just doesn't work.
Bummer. All right. Amsur pokes his head over too, and he's been working for a minute for that one to cast. I know we don't keep careful track of that, but I think in the moment it's not totally inappropriate to spend some time thinking about that. But he goes up there, and rising up from the ground comes just big, beefy lump that if a kid was playing in the dirt and made a person, it would look like that. Ooh, nice. He is immune to poison. that is not going to work out badly for you guys.
The mwydyn?
No, the
elemental.
Earth Elemental.
Oh.
So he's going to deal 2 slam attacks, which actually he does under the orders of Amser. Amser speaks to him, and he obeys. And should he attack the mwydyn or the eggs? What do you think? Probably the mwydyn, the active threat.
The one that's looking at him?
The thing is, Amser's goal is to
Really
get rid of
to
the
get
eggs.
the eggs, yeah.
But if you get eaten by a mwydyn, then you don't get to kill the eggs. So he is going to have it attack the mwydyn. And, oh wow, a melee weapon attack, +8 to hit. Oh, geez, McCree.
I got hit.
22? Yeah, he hit everyone. He hit your mom in the future.
Oh,
Oh, no,
jeez.
your mom in the present. Anyway, no, he
Maybe
didn't.
that's how she died.
Oh. Anyway.
She's
From
just
the
walking
force.
along and the dwarven city.
He literally hit you so hard that your mama died. No, he hits the mwydyn something awful. He clobbers that thing. And he does... Notice I have multiple sets of dice out. Oh, nice. He does 15 points of damage +5. So 20. And the thing is, he attacks again. Oh, critical miss. I don't know how, but somehow he manages to roll a 1 on his second attack, which is a shame because almost anything else would hit. But he did a 20-point smashy smash. And let me tell you, you had reason to believe that the mwydyn, I'm just going to tell you, this is the mwydyn brood mother. You thought she might be aware of you. She's definitely aware something's happening now. So that's his turn, and he actually gets his own fully independent turn. Interesting.
Nice.
And I will call that a surprise round, I guess, because we didn't roll initiative. We'll call that a surprise.
Yeah.
And I think we need to roll initiative. Who's going to roll for you?
Not me.
Not me, because I always roll badly. I'll let you roll, because you know what you're doing with those fingers, apparently, and those dice.
All right.
4.
12. So
That's not good.
These aren't the lucky dice.
But he loosened the cap for you, for sure. So next it's going to be the aforementioned mwydyn. You guys are sort of Ziggy-like poking your head over the edge. So it is going to move. It has a really good movement when it's flying. Can I tell you why it can't fly?
Its wings are too big for the
No.
thing. Oh, it doesn't
Wings
have
got
wings.
cut off.
No.
It's a baby.
No.
It's mutated.
It's an adult. And here's what happens. They all go in there and lay eggs. And then a bunch of the females attack one female and chew its wings off.
Oh, so it has to watch.
And it becomes the brood mother. that
Yeah.
way. And actually, I'm going to point out that maybe in your 2 little peeks, one with Bruto and one with your own eyes, you notice there is a small pile on the platform of solid shell-colored pellets. It is apparently the case that the broodmother might have eaten some of these eggs over the time that she's been here.
That makes sense.
So the deal is movement 40 feet does not close the whole distance. So it is going to move, and as a free action, it's going to say, "What are you doing?"
Oh my god, it talks.
I do.
Didn't you know that? I thought you knew everything about these things.
No, I didn't. I've never seen an adult.
Well, ma'am, we're here to offer you a free pig analysis survey. Vice Smith, Broodwing, and Stonefist pig analysis surveys. We are very good with them, and we'd like to offer you a free one.
I smell your pig, and I would eat it, yes.
You wouldn't get a chance.
All right, that
Lord
didn't
Stabbington would kill you first.
Don't throw your lives away. Leave. My brood is nearly hatched.
Nah, I've come here to eat them. They don't smell ripe yet.
what?
As you wish.
I mean, yeah.
Now it's your turn.
Yeah. Who wants to go
Unless
first?
someone else
Not
wants to
me.
say something.
Anybody got anything for this mwydyn?
She goes from conversational pose to bring it on.
It's our turn to attack, guys.
One of us is about 40 feet long.
Anybody know any dragons? How about
Yeah, I used to.
Gordo, Eddie Gordo. Where's he
No.
at?
So what do you want to do? Who wants to go first? I guess we could have Amser go first if you want,
Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
since he's the grown-up here.
Hey, it's my job to taunt people and piss him off. Because when you're angry, you make mistakes.
Did you say you could freeze it?
Yeah, they don't love cold. Let's see. I think he has Ray of Frost. He has a lot of rays. Unfortunately, Ray of Enfeeblement only deals with weapon attacks, which is a bummer. Otherwise, I was thinking of using that one. Okay. He is going to cast Ray of Frost. Why not?
Magic missile into the darkness.
And
I assume that this broodmother is like at the entrance now.
she closed about 2/3 of the space. She was way at the back, and her movement is 40. So she's about 2/3 of the way toward the edge.
So it's 80.
It's 80 wide. He casts Ray of Frost, which I will roll to see, because it is a ranged spell attack. There's almost no way he's going to miss with that, because, once again, he's good at making magics. Yeah, it hits. Unfortunately, so far, he's rolled
3.
Good.
a 1 and a 2 on 2d8.
And a 1.
Oh, man.
So
So he did hit.
He hit. He did more than you.
Right, technically.
That's him. The earth elemental is going to attack. He rolls a 17. His plus to hit for this is 8. So, he just hits.
I really need a better spell DC.
2d8 again. 3 and 5 and 7. So 10, 15 plus 5, another 20.
I'd like to go last.
You want to go last?
Yeah. I have a plan.
Okay. These two guys have done their attacks in so much as, Amser and the Earth Elemental. Now it's you guys.
I would like to run into the middle of the room.
I love it. You do it. Once again, you have that weird moment where
There's that gravity shift.
your inner ears are screaming at you, but you do it, and you were able to steel yourself coming, so you're okay. So you're in the middle of the room, which is fine. Your movement is such that that would be no problem.
Yeah, so it would be halfway, but
Is your movement 30? Or
30.
So yeah, you're dead center.
I'm going to very calmly kneel down.
I don't know what you're doing, but I love it.
All right. So that's his whole thing for this round, right?
No.
Oh, he has one movement and then
move
one
and attack. You get
And
Yes.
I'm going to channel my god.
Nice.
Oh, geez.
All right.
So this is Radiance of the Dawn.
Nice. Okay. Which is perfect because your god is actually the same as Bernard's. I think we agreed.
Dito?
Mm-hmm. Do you know? Which is fire.
Okay. Yeah.
Which makes a certain amount of sense. It's also the god that they worship in town, which was convenient when you met Ton. Anyway, okay. So how does this work?
So this is...
It just makes your hair look lustrous. Like it backlights you and you just, shake it.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Wait.
It's Maybelline.
All right, yeah, I said that already. I started off with maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe she's born with it.
Every hostile within 30 feet
Yes. Love it.
has to do a Constitution saving roll.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the eggs fail. Actually, I don't know. Eggs are pretty constitutional.
Are you hard boiling them?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm harnessing the sunlight,
Okay.
and I'm doing radiant damage to everything
Cool.
30
Yeah.
feet around me.
All right.
so-
That's a big circle.
We are going to walk away as Rob rolls 8,000 times.
I think maybe we'll let's do this. We'll roll 4 times for the eggs. We'll cut the circle that you're nuking in quarters. Mm-hmm. So that means it covers all but the whole platform.
Right.
There's 10 feet on either side that would be
Correct.
unaffected, like 2 crescents that wouldn't be affected. But other than that, oh boy.
And then also you're going to have to roll for the mwydyn.
Yes. So
Yeah.
let's start with the mwydyn.
Okay.
That is a 6, and it's a...
Constitutional?
Yeah.
All right, 1 second.
I'm
It
guessing
doesn't sound good for it.
I'm guessing it has to go up against if it's the Constitution. It probably has to go up against his spell DC.
So it's a 9. There's just no way.
Yeah,
right?
his
I mean, it's not
DC's
even
got to
worth
be
looking.
above 10.
I don't remember
His DC,
exactly.
I believe, was 14.
I believe
14.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it loses. So what does it get?
It just takes full damage.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would take half
And
damage.
do you roll damage?
I do.
All right, let's do it for should this be the damage for all of the damage?
Let's wait until we roll and see how well he rolls.
Let's say it's the
What's the
damage for everyone.
damage?
The damage is 2d10.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
16.
You did 97 points damage. See, look, I see there's a 90 and there's a 7.
All right, now here's the good
We
news.
won, guys. We saved the world. You single-handedly did it, and now we get paid and go back to the future with our almanacs.
So we're up to 60 damage on the brood mother. And I'm going to roll starting, if the platform at the back is 12 o'clock, we're going to do 12 to 3, 3 to 6, and we'll just keep going around like that.
Yep.
So not good for the first. They roll a 7. I'm not going to give them a bonus.
Right.
Not good for the next. They get a 4 is the result. A 5. I'm switching dice.
Yeah, you've destroyed all, but I feel like you've destroyed everything. You just destroyed everything?
18 on that one.
At 18. So the last quarter. So what we're dealing with is I gave a number of hit points to the eggs themselves, and you just beat the hit points for the eggs themselves. So there's 1/4 is preserved at the back on the left as you're facing in, and then 2 sections on either side are still eggy. And that's still a not good number of eggs.
Yeah.
A bad number of eggs.
Bad eggs.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Cha!
All right, Lauren, you go.
Well, I'm going to take a nap now.
Now,
I guess I'll stab something.
Can I just point something out? Your cleric is practically riding a mwydyn right now. So, yeah, you might want to do something. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, you used all your movement to get there.
Yeah.
So, what you got for us?
Yeah, you might want to do something to that mwydyn. Because I'm going to try, but there's no guarantee I do anything.
I'm going to stab him. Well, actually, wait, what do I have right here? I'm going to hit him with my hand axe. Because...
All right, so you're going to close some distance. It's about 20 feet.
Okay, cool.
So that's no problem.
I'll just stride up to him confidently and strike right on the head.
Just
strike
like
her on the head.
you read in the book how to maim people and influence dragons.
Yes.
Okay.
So I will take your 97 out. I rolled a 14
You did
plus 6 is a 20.
And what kind?
Slashing damage.
I forgot that there are non-magical attacks because it's been so long since someone
I mean,
tried
it's
to actually touch
it's a magical
someone.
weapon.
What was the result?
I got a 20.
Oh, you needed a good one. You feel like you just hit. And
Awesome.
you did. But you
All
hit.
right, so I get to do a 1d6 plus 4. 2 plus 4 is 6 damage.
It looks at you and it's like, really? You just, in its eyes, it's like, really?
Yeah, man. What did you expect?
It says, I expected more.
Okay.
Well, it's not like I'm Lord Stabbington over here.
I really look forward to eating that morsel.
In Soviet Russia, the bacon eats you. And I guess I'll move back away from him with the rest of my movement.
Okay, it's me.
Yep.
And
Tasha's
I
hideous
moved
laughter.
my final, whatever, away from him.
10
5 feet.
You have 5 feet back. I love it. Okay.
Tasha's hideous laughter.
Tasha's hideous laughter. All right.
Which means wisdom saving throw. I swear to God, if this dragon has good wisdom, this is ridiculous.
Luckily, it's not a full-on dragon. You guys,
Yeah,
I just
we'd be
couldn't
dead.
I couldn't put it together.
I meant
for you.
mwydyn. Because
Yeah,
dragons
sure.
do have
Yeah.
good wisdom.
But the wisdom, it doesn't have a bad wisdom. What's your result?
My DC is 12
Okay, so I'm gonna roll.
against the 12. Is it good? Is it great? What was it?
That's not good for you.
Okay.
It's a 20.
Oh, come on.
It's a 20. Wisdom was it?
Yeah.
It's a 21.
Okay, so far, Bernard really doesn't do anything. Bernard just like waves his hand and nothing ever happens. So you're kind of like at
We're
this
starting
point.
to wonder if
Yeah.
you're actually a wizard or not. Or if you're just a dude.
Yeah.
He's just another rogue trying to pull an angle here.
Yep. So all right. Well,
All right, and I think that was it, right?
Yeah.
That's all of you guys. All right.
I am going to sit, or no, am I still like weirdly situated?
I think that's fine. You didn't say that you were closing the distance.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to stay there with my arms like.
And I think Amser is sort of there with you. Like, because there was no
Yeah,
reason for
both of
him-
us are just hanging out.
Okay. Marty is in front of the monster.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm
I'm
the
sorry.
distraction.
Marty isn't anywhere in this world. I apologize.
Lauren is.
Laharn is right in front of the monster, whereas Raven is sort of beside it, maybe petting its slimy. I don't know if you remember how slimy and toothy these things are. Okay.
Time for Lauren to die.
Lauren, you are right in front of it.
Yep.
And it closes just the tiny bit of distance. I don't even know if it has to move its body or if it can just reach out and strike with its head to bite you. And it
Goodbye, cruel world.
You must have taken full advantage of that short rest, and you were really feeling nimble because it rolls a 4, which
Ha! Missed me.
which is an 11. It has a +7 to hit.
Not enough, dragon.
How close is that?
It's still 3 away.
Still, I mean, it rolled a 4. Okay, so it misses you. In frustration, it lashes out with a claw. Okay, and rolls a 19.
Against who? Me?
Yeah.
Wow, I guess I shouldn't have laughed at it.
It says, "Laugh at this," and slashes.
Man, I totally forgot I could have taken a bonus action. Oh, well.
When?
When I attacked.
Oh, that's a bummer. Do you have anything you can do to try and keep from getting clobbered right now?
Yeah, if I had taken the bonus action, I could have ran away from it.
Oh, bummer.
I could have dashed away or hid.
You get to enjoy.
Claw sandwich.
It could be worse. How many hit points do you have currently?
I have 26 hit points.
You have 11 hit points.
Oh, Jesus.
It rolled 2d10. It got an 8 and a 3, and it got a +4 to that.
15.
Yes. So you get that going, and then actually, Raven, how many hit points do you have?
27.
Oh, geez. I keep forgetting how much better Raven is
Yeah.
than the rest of you.
Yeah, we're jobbers compared to his John Cena.
What is your AC,
My AC?
Raven? Because she's attacking you with a claw, too.
13.
13. What do we say? If you tie, it's a hit.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. That's 19.
Ooh.
19 damage.
Okay. You're down to...
I'm glad I didn't give these melee attacks poison damage, which I was thinking about doing. But that would just be... You guys would be done.
dead.
Okay. And it's round. It gets 3 attacks. Or if you guys were located a little bit better, I think it would have thought about... we know that they have breath attack, too.
I want to say something to the rest of the party.
Yeah?
If I die and you survive this, find me and tell me not to do this.
Okay. I'm probably going to run away in a minute.
You'll find me
This
somewhere
goes-
nearby in a military camp, probably about to be hanged.
Okay.
If this goes much worse, I'm out.
Okay. Well...
Keep trying.
Amster's going to lead things off again.
Yeah.
He's going to make his own attack, and I don't think he loved that attack. I kind of want to do a melee attack from him, but that just doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
Does he have any other spells?
He's like 70-something attacking a full-grown mwydyn.
Here's the thing. Amster has an impressive-looking rapier at his side, but it just doesn't, that's not his thing. But
Yeah.
it's just that he's probably as good or better than you guys at that anyway. Darn it. Ray of Sickness is another poison attack. Maybe he'll try one of your jams. A Phantasmal
And miss?
Force is one of your mind games, right?
Zing.
Yeah.
What were you trying to do earlier?
I was trying to just distract it while we took out the eggs, and then I was going to run and not fight this thing because it can't fly.
Yeah.
It's probably too big for us to just kick it off the cliff, right?
Also, the cliff has weird gravity,
yeah.
so it would just run after us.
That was the reason why I wasn't thinking, just run up and throw the eggs off the cliff. Actually, if you throw them
They would go on
hard
the
enough,
side.
they'd still
Okay. He's
arc
got...
and smash.
He is going to cast a spell.
Okay.
This spell is called Confusion. Successful Wisdom savings throw. So this is the dragon
Is
rolling
trying to-
against his spell DC.
Yep.
And it fails. So he rolls, the dragon rolls. He can't take reactions and must roll a d10 at the start of each of its turns to determine its behavior for that turn. And I will let you know on its turn what that behavior is. But not right now.
Sounds good.
And now the Earth Elemental says,
It's clobbering time.
TM.
Yeah. All rights reserved.
we're glad he has such a high plus to hit because he just makes it. And he is rolling 3d8 because he's just a beast. 6 for the first two, plus 7 is 13, which brings us to 79. And the second attack, unfortunately, misses. So that is him. So now it's you guys.
All right, I'm just going to do Eldritch Blast because I need to do something. So that is just...
could you just, stomp? Something.
Yeah.
Something. Do something.
Yeah, that's just a ranged spell attack.
And that's a cantrip, yeah?
Yeah. This is like Warlock's bread and butter. I was just trying to be fancy
Marty?
and it wasn't working.
So you burnt 2 spell slots too, right?
Yeah. Well, 1 first level and 1 second level.
Okay.
It's a 7 total. So, again, this time at least magic comes out, but it goes and, hits a wall. I need to, maybe it's the weird, I'm laying on my stomach and casting into a weird gravity. Maybe I need to just stand up.
Hey, let's just say this. At the end of the day, you're still consistent.
Yeah, fair enough.
What are you thinking, Raven? Remember, you can move your 30 feet in any direction if you so choose.
Lauren, maybe you should go first.
And the mwydyn says, yeah, I think you should have that spellcaster over there go again. His attacks are pretty hilarious.
Hey, man.
I have feelings.
I'm just going to start having my familiars do fighting for me, and I'll sit. No, I'm upset. Bernard is upset.
He's like, man, I'm worthless.
I want to have I want to have Gorto come and make fun of you, but you're not a big enough blip on his radar to be worth it.
Oh, God, a familiar doesn't care.
Well, Gorto is someone else's familiar right now. It took me a while to figure out. Let you recast him and he'd come? Does he not exist yet at all in this world? But I decided he exists, but he's literally just working for someone else.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go kill him.
Bruto looks at you like,
How? What?
what's going? What? Seriously, what's the deal?
Hey, 2 familiars is fine.
You can only have one.
According to who?
The rulebook.
I'm from the Church of the Oldest Days.
All right, Marty, are you attacking or what?
Yes, and actually, so in this round, the mwydyn hasn't gone yet, right? We go before it, or it goes after us?
It won initiative.
All right, well, then I can't assassinate. All right,
You know what you could do? Assassinate its character.
You smell.
Oh no! It takes 12 points of hurt feelings damage.
Hey, that ain't nothing.
Oh, I could do
Better than the 6 points of barely anything damage.
Oh, I could do that. Look at your stupid wingless torso. Stupid. You don't have wings. What happened?
You know, when you think about that, when you think about saying that, you actually notice that you can see in the area that it was laying up there, the slime-covered part of the platform where it had been laying, are its wings. Mm-hmm. Or the bones thereof. Sort of like maybe, I don't know, a good luck charm or what.
Ooh. Maybe I can wear it as a cloak.
They're just bones.
There's no...
It's been there for a while. They're just bones.
Okay, well, I guess I can't... But maybe I can stab it with its own bones. I'm going to move... Wait, first of all, the eggs that survived the blast, where are they in relation to the opening of this place?
They are some on the right and some on the left, forming sort of a crescent shape. And then the whole quarter that, as you're facing in, is on the back left. Those were not destroyed by ravens. Pretty impactful attack.
How close are those to the mwydyn? Or really, how close are they to me?
I could actually figure this out. The leading edge of them is 15 feet.
All right, I'm going to run over to those.
Okay, so you run over to the section that would effectively go from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and you're there.
I'm just going to start stabbing eggs.
Love it. With what?
Well, I've got a hand axe +1, so I might as well hit them with that.
Okay.
Just start axing them. Since they're not actually able to dodge.
Roll a 6-sider.
3.
All right, you take out, I don't know, 3 eggs.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, sounds good.
Out of
Look, I'm not useless.
I mean, there are hundreds. They're still
hundreds in
They're
that
still. I mean,
quadrant?
it's hard. Like, you probably don't want to take the time to count, but there are a lot. Like, there's still a dangerous number. Because here's the thing: if Amser thought that you would remove the threat, I'll tell you this much: he would rather be like watching CBS, like old people do, than up here getting attacked by monsters that, in fairness, killed everyone he knows and loves. So that leaves us with Raven's attack.
I mean, it's better than me just stabbing that thing for barely any damage.
Or none.
Where are you standing?
I am.
Bernard.
I am hanging off of the edge of the weird gravity.
So you haven't even gone in?
Yeah, it's like the top half of you see the top half of my body is just like hanging there. And I'm just like floating weirdly. Like, it doesn't really make sense.
By the way, great ab workout.
Yeah. Is it?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Because, the gravity is just like,
It's weird.
it's pulling. Yeah.
Good to know.
All right, I'm going to try this. So I'm going to run back to the entrance.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
Back towards that whole thing? Like, back towards the mwydyn?
No, towards where you're at.
He's still acting out that room.
Wait, what?
Are
No,
you
I'm just
attacking?
kidding. I was just saying, 'cause you're shooting it towards where he's at and the room where you had to kill us. I was just thinking of that.
Okay, so the mwydyn is in between me and your scorching ray.
No, I'm going back to your point.
Right. And then you're like turning around to do
Yeah.
scorching. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you like ran over to me and then did scorching ray at my face.
You're like, you know what? I've changed sides. I like this mwydyn fella. And she's like, lady.
Lady.
All right. So what is scorching ray? How do you do that?
So Scorching Ray, I create 3 fire bolts,
Ooh.
and I could throw them at the same or different targets. But I have to make a range spell attack.
Yeah. Okay.
What is this?
Yeah. So you just you're rolling d20 to see if they hit, and I
Plus your spell attack.
yeah.
That's it. So plus.
So it's very much like if you were using a bow. It's just to see if they hit or not.
Okay. I was gonna roll for all 3.
How about we do that if you're doing one target, and if
Yeah.
you're doing multiple targets, we'll roll each time.
Right. Well, they're
All
all
at
going
them.
towards the Broodmother anyway.
Okay, sure. But I'm just saying in the future, if we do this again, let's do that.
Oh, sure.
Okay. But we'll do it that way going forward. All right, cool.
6.
6 plus 4?
I think
Well,
this
that
is
would
like
be
plus-
wisdom, right?
Yeah.
So
For
4.
you.
So
4 plus
6.
2. Yeah.
So 6. So 12 is not enough to hit.
So do I do it 2 more times, or what? Like, I don't understand.
So that's what we were sort of talking about before. We could either run this so that when you're attacking one thing, you do it once, or roll 3 times. So however you want to do it. I thought we were going to do it
Okay, that's
once
fine.
per. But if you want to do it the other way, we can do it. We'll just stick to that going forward. Doesn't matter, except to you guys who are trying not to die.
I'm trying to think. Is it worth using inspiration to take advantage?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
like it.
use your
All right, and
advantage
here we're rolling-
inspiration. Oh, geez.
The big Mama Jama. I think this is the first time that we've used a point of inspiration.
I used one.
Did you?
Yeah,
oh,
this
yeah,
is
that's
the
right.
second.
This is the second. Did you use the big guy?
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right, we're gonna bring this is fist size.
Oh, snap! Are you serious?
I don't think you need to use your inspiration.
Raven just buried that with a 20.
Hey guys, I think that thing's dead. I think on a natural 20, Mountians just die.
It's a well-known fact they're allergic
To natural
to
20.
natural 20. Synthetic 20s are fine.
I don't know.
Also, this particular one has like seasonal allergies, and it's allergic to Raven.
I wish there was critical mechanics for magic.
Is there nothing?
No.
I don't think so. The only way it works is with weapons. You get your 2 times, but you could always do the roll a d100, and if it's within the 99, like within 90, it's death. Or within 95, it's just death.
There has to be something. I mean, like, forget it. If you roll a 20 on that, I don't know.
My favorite way is you roll, the DM rolls a d100 to themselves, and then anything under 90 is fine. 90 to 95 is like really messed up, that enemy, and 95 and up is just they are dead, because that just gives it that level of like.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's you're the DM, so.
So they really don't. There's no
advantage. Like double damage for magic with a 20.
There's charts online you can just look up.
That's fine. No, that's fine. I guess we'll just go with it. But just
I think it should just be like.
I think
if you roll,
normally
that's
like full damage.
Roll a d20, and if you roll above a 10, it dies.
No.
I think that should be it.
No. I think it might be like just full damage instead of having to roll out the damage for each fireball.
But let's roll the 3. What are they?
2d6
per
hit bolt.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, 2d6 times 3?
Right,
oh man,
here's another
66.
6-sider. Do you want to roll 6d6?
I got
all at
3
once?
right here.
Would that be more fun?
Well,
there you go.
The cleric is the powerhouse of D&D 5.
Well, apparently does all the damage.
At this table, there can be no question.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
I can do that math in my head, and it's not good for your mwydyn friend here.
I think he's dead.
27?
Yeah,
27.
Wow. 27. You just like beat the elemental with that damage. The elemental never had that much damage.
Oh, no.
Call it the Mooey dead now.
Mooey? As in...
Mooey?
Very?
Yeah.
I got you. I like it. Okay, here's what I can tell you. It doesn't look good. It looks bad. It is...
Keep it up.
Woo-woo.
It's not good. It looks drier than usual.
Yeah.
It's got some teeth falling out. It's in bad shape. And I think that was the last attack for you guys this round.
Yes.
Now, fun, we roll a d10.
Right.
We got a 2.
Because it's confused.
It's confused.
The creature doesn't move or take actions this turn.
Oh my god.
You guys... That's pretty good stuff.
Yep.
Amser will start out.
We just got really lucky, like all at once. Lots of damage, confused, enemy equals. This thing's probably going to die now. And I haven't done anything. I've done nothing.
I mean, he could attack. You know what? Instead, I'm going to have the elemental attack first. Because if he kills the thing, it doesn't matter. First attack, 16 plus 7, which is way enough. And he does 3d8. 12. I'm rolling 2, so 12 plus 5 is 17. 20. Not natural, but 20 nonetheless. Another 12 plus 5. Oh, and there's plus 5 to that. So 17 plus 17 is 34, is 44.
Jesus.
This thing is on its last leg.
I'll attack
I'm
next.
gonna try. Another Eldritch Blast.
It looks at you and it's like, oh, thank God.
I know, right?
Oh, thank God.
I felt maybe you get a breather. That's a 21 total.
Oh,
What?
you can do that? Oh, I'm sorry. It says, oh, you can do that? Why haven't you been?
It's a weird position. Don't judge me. 1d10 force damage. 4.
4 will not kill it. But, I mean,
It'll help.
you're in the neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah, I did something. I get evolution points
You're like,
now.
I helped.
I get XP if, I get equal amounts. I have to just touch it, right? I just have to be in the battle at some point.
Okay. And that brings us to either Amser or Laharn.
Laharn. Man, I'm going to start saying Laharn.
Laharne?
Just lard. Laharny.
Yeah. Well,
Sounds kind of Irish.
that's
Laharny.
probably what your mom called
The
you.
Laharny stone.
Only my mom calls me Laharny. All right.
All right, well, I guess I'm going to run back over to it, hack it with my axe.
Okay. Your axe just dripping with...
Oh, wait, and it hasn't gotten to attack this round.
Right.
True.
Haha, I do
All right.
get to assassinate. Yeah.
Wait, what does that mean?
It means
gives
I
him a
get
bonus.
advantage on attack rolls.
Nice.
Do you want to roll 2d20?
Yes, I do. Very much
Right
so.
here, right here.
Yeah. Sorry, I somehow ended up with yours too.
All right, well, we'll go with Ben's die. Because together, between the two of them, they add up to 20. Ben's die rolled a 16 and mine rolled a 4.
Okay.
So I'm going to retire that one.
That's my die.
No, that was mine.
No, I know.
retired mine.
He's retiring his to the fire.
Plus, I got a +6 to hit, so I got 22.
Okay, that is,
Nice.
in fact, a hit.
All right, and I roll a
This thing's
D6.
AC is 17.
I hit it for
Two.
6 damage again.
Is this with the axe that you were given by
Yes.
the Countess?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have a +4 to damage.
+4.
So
and
I hit it for 6.
And it's a +1, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So would that be
Because I get a
7?
+3, and then
Oh, okay.
the
So you add it.
+1.
Gotcha. Okay. So all right. So that's 7 damage.
Yeah, 6 damage.
6 damage. 6 damage. All right. And then Amser.
Kill it.
Will hypnotic pattern kill it? I think maybe just it's perhaps trite, but firebolt, right? I mean that's a hurdy thing.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet he could just walk up and slap it like it said something mean about his mom, and it would probably die. It didn't just say something mean about his mom. It probably ate her.
1 second. You know what? Maybe he will pull out. All right. He's gonna walk over there. He pulls out his rapier.
Stabs it.
It's gorgeous, by the way. His rapier is terribly nice.
Got something to steal later.
And
Greatest thief ever.
he rolls 9 plus 4 is 13 plus 1. Unfortunately, I don't know how, but I guess this thing is still, maybe it's writhing in agony, but he misses.
I think it's just, his old man luck.
Maybe so. Oh, it's a real bummer. I was hoping he could do the coup de grace. All right.
I haven't gone yet.
Yeah.
All right.
So
And we
you can
all
do the
know
coup.
that you are the best at killing.
Do the coup de grace. Kill it.
Who knew that the guy who heals people is also the best at killing them?
Some sacred flame, perhaps?
Went down pretty smooth. That's a cantrip?
I just imagined you with like a silver platter, and you're like, some sacred flame, perhaps. It goes well with a Chianti.
It's a lovely pairing. The chef recommends it highly. All right. Sacred Flame. So 1d20, right, is what we're doing. And I get the big guy back. Oh, it's going to be poetic if he got to killing.
Yeah.
All right.
You do a dexterity saving roll.
Okay.
Probably isn't good at that, even though it probably is.
All right. An 11,
Oh.
and it's dex,
Yeah.
so 12.
12.
12.
Yeah.
So I still get full damage then?
Okay.
5.
5. All right. I don't know how to say this. That's very sad, but I think the broodmother is dead. Like,
Wow.
there's no more. Although,
If I had gone last, I would have killed it. With the
That's
4.
a funny joke.
so
If you had gone last, he probably would have missed.
I hit it this time. Okay.
I would have missed too. Really, the only one who has proven to be able to kill anything in this party
Yep.
is Raven.
Okay, fair enough.
all right, it is dead. So you have in fact killed it, and I'm going to point out that you now notice the eggs are starting to sort of rattle. I don't know if it's just the timing or if it's all this disturbance or maybe the incredible heat that's been produced by your cleric with all of the beams of fire that he's been spreading everywhere. But the eggs start to intermittently will shake a little. And as the adult mwydyn, the brood mother, dies, sort of its body just sags to the ground and just ooze starts coming out all over the place. It's really gross, and we know that this smell is quite unpleasant, let alone you just messed up a lot of these eggs. It is gross up here. No one mentioned they were wearing galoshes, but you're probably going to want to get new shoes.
Yeah.
I believe Bernard is wearing fine clothes.
Oh, I'm still not even in there.
True.
Yeah.
Interesting point. You might not want to change that because you are going to ruin your stuff with all this slimy goo. So it's dead. And Amser has this look of relief on his face, and he says, "We're not done yet, but we're almost there. We just have to." And he's got his sword in his hand, and he just starts stabbing eggs. He actually pulls out, he has a dagger. He actually has a lot of daggers. He has 6, I guess it's a ranged weapon. So
Yeah. You're supposed to just throw them.
And he's just in what could only be described as a Larnesque display of aggression. He starts stabbing, which actually, after he stabs the first egg with his rapier, he cringes and his eyes roll up into his head, and then he releases, and then it happens again, and he releases, and he puts away his rapier, and then he has 2. He takes out another dagger, and he's just like, "Are you guys waiting for an invitation?"
Oh,
I'm just watching a master at
Hold
work.
on, yeah,
Stab.
let's just Eldritch Blast,
And actually, you know what he says? He orders his earth elemental.
Smash.
Just smash it.
Yep, still Eldritch
Make
Blast.
and so the elemental can just, he makes very short work of the remaining eggs to the point where they're none there. Amser, he just sort of hobbles over to the ledge, and he's sort of holding his head in his hand, and you look at him. He says, Thank you, boys, for helping me.
Thank you.
This is my
Getting
life's
us
work."
paid.
And you notice that his eyes are sort of glowing with a white radiance. I don't know if you remember back to the room when he was enchanting that portal, but the room was full of this purple and green and black light, but the walls weren't those colors. The walls were white, and sort of the same white light that was there is emanating from his eyes. He says, "You have saved so many innocents this day," and the light sort of starts coming from his fingertips. "I can't thank you enough," and starts coming from his mouth.
At this point,
Yeah.
at this point, Bernard's looking at his hands like, "We okay, I'm fine, I think. Whew. Does not look fun."
And he says, I've been working so long. Finally, I can rest." And he just, as he says that, he exhales and just
He's been waiting to exhale.
a cloud of. He's like, "Why won't you let me have a dignified death?" And just he's consumed by this white radiance, which is blinding, and then he's just gone. There's literally just a pile of stuff, and there's no body there. And
Dibs on the sword.
can
Dibs
someone
on all the rest of that.
can someone do a roll for me, an Arcana check?
20.
Please? 20.
Yeah, it's a 24, but yeah.
The magic that powered him to get here, the magic that brought you here, that he was channeling, it was an act of will for him. He should have been destroyed. He was not powerful enough to wield that, and he knew that.
Oh, that's why he knew he wasn't getting back.
He was never. He's literally. It was keeping his atoms together was an act of will, and once he released, he just disintegrated completely, and whatever that magic was, it burned through him. So yeah, so he's gone, and now you're standing ankle deep in mwydyn goo.
You want to bring me that magic stuff that he left there? I'm not coming in, but I'll take some of that stuff.
I mean, I guess, here, do you want me to tell you what he has? This might be the first body that you ever loot in 7-8 episodes.
Not if I have anything to say about it. Where's those guards?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, we haven't looted anything in a while.
I mean, I guess technically maybe you looted the mwydyn bodies, but you sure left those clowns alone. And,
Yeah.
And
We got forced out.
maybe
You're welcome.
maybe you took some parts off of the Onkhag, now that I think about it, but you didn't go down in its burrow to see if it had any treasure down there.
Oh, who would have thought?
Not you guys. You guys are like the most selfless adventurers. Okay, I'm going to tell you.
Bad thief.
I'm going to tell you guys what we could. Yeah, you really are a crummy thief in that regard. You're almost an altruistic thief. I'm not going to steal anything. I'm not going to take anything.
Wait until you read his backstory. It'll make sense.
Okay. All right. So he has this rapier. And actually, I'm going to ask you guys, are you going to look at the rapier? You guys never look at anything.
Oh, I was already planning on picking. I had said
All
I
right.
was picking it up.
Okay. Do you look at it?
Sure,
Explain to me how you look at it.
with my eyes.
All right. It's a sheathed
I'm going
rapier.
to draw it from the sheath and examine the blade.
What you see written on the blade is the words "Mother's Tear" are
Aw,
etched
that's
into the
touching.
blade. By the way, it is a +1 to hit. It does 1d8 + 2 slashing damage. And what's your passive perception?
12.
Nah. Okay. No, that's it. There are 6 daggers.
I don't need any of those.
I'll take those two.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. A disguise kit and thieves' tools.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you guys all have that.
Yeah.
He has the token that he uses for his magics. Common Clothes, the Scholar's Pack, Component Pouch, Arcane Focus, Spellbook,
Ooh, I'll take that.
Vial of Antitoxin, which was pretty smart because you guys could have gotten
Oh,
jacked up
yeah,
just
that's true.
Healer's Kit, Flask of Alchemist's Fire.
You should probably have the healer's kit.
Yeah, I'll take the healer's kit.
Sure. Vial of Acid.
Yeah, I'll take that. Vial of acid.
He has 188 gold pieces.
How much
I'll
do
take
I have?
those.
Yeah, you.
Weirdly,
I would say that each one of us gets about 63 gold pieces. I'll take 62. I'll be nice. You guys get 63.
weirdly, he has a gold ceremonial saber worth 150 gold.
A what?
Gold ceremonial saber that's worth 150 gold.
Wait, it's a saber? I'll take that.
All right, it's gold. It is
saber.
gold and ceremonial.
It's not.
Okay.
Okay. Actually,
look good on my outfit.
conveniently, and this is really entirely coincidentally, he has 3 more things, and they're all worth 150 gold. There is a jeweled silver bowl, which is worth 150, and there's a jeweled gold holy symbol worth 150.
You want the symbol or the bowl?
I'll take the I'll take the symbol.
Oh, great. Awesome. All right.
All right, and then the last things he has.
I get, out of all 3 of these cool things, I get the bowl.
You get a bowl. You know what it would be great for? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know what it's great for? It is the perfect size for trimming your hair.
Yeah. I'm going to keep it. I'm not selling
Oh,
it.
bowl. I thought you kept saying bull. I was like, so you got a bull statue. Cool.
Oh, no. A bowl.
Yeah, for your haircut.
Yep.
And then there are a few more things. 3 more things. 5 potions of healing.
Nice.
1 ring of protection. Plus 1 ring of protection.
Calling it.
Take
Dibs.
it.
Yeah.
Sure. And then a wand of magic detection with 3 charges.
Do I use wands or do you use?
Anyone can.
Yeah, the ones just have
I mean,
their...
it could be a fish of magic detection with 3 charges, but it
They just,
has
like-
I
to
think
be
I
a
would like
wand.
that better.
All right, I take it back. There is a fish. It's a dried fish.
You can
It's-
put that in your bag with your, your cue cards and your eggs of
Oh
conversation
we
starting.
still have the goddamn eggs. I'm sorry.
we
still
But we
have these
haven't had-
eggs.
I was so
We
ready.
haven't had anyone to like talk to.
I was
because
so ready to use those with Amser. Like,
Yeah,
But
we should have
Lauren-
done it with Amser.
But Lauren went and stabbed him.
he sure did.
And
Oh
look
my
how that
God.
worked out. We solved the mystery.
We need to remember this next time. We have these
Use legs.
stupid conversation eggs that we still haven't used.
So
I'm
It
predicting
actually
that
does-
by the end of this adventure, they still will be unused, and Raven's going to be like, what do I do with these things?
It's probably
they're getting
we-
full of
you'll
lint
give
from
it-
being in your pocket, I assume.
You'll give one to Lauren, and it'll say, "What do I do with these eggs?"
That's a good question.
And then he'll say, "Give one to me." It'll be like, now what do I do in that egg?
I have them written down. I have what's written on those.
It's
already
actually
in a folder.
they're probably actually novelty, like be mine, hot stuff.
Nice. Too cool.
For school.
So yes. But back to the magic detection. It is a dried rainbow trout imbued with 3 charges of the spell detect magic.
It's not a herring.
No. Rainbow trout.
Your next item will be a shrubbery.
Did you take the alchemist fire?
No.
Then I will take it.
Yeah, you can take that, and if you want the dried fish, you can have that too.
Yeah.
I want the +1 protection, the +1 ring of protection, right?
And you need it.
Yeah, I need that.
Let's say it improves your AC.
Okay, that's fine.
God knows you could use it. Your AC is pretty paltry.
It's 11. When I do mage
13.
armor, it's 13.
But we say it's always 13.
Yeah, it's always 13.
Because why
So now
in the
it's-
world? Like, that's just dumb. Oh, man, I guess maybe I'll go into this battle without mage armor on.
Yeah. The thing that I can do at will
The
by
only-
touching my...
The only spell I
Anything.
can cast that works.
So now it's 14 at all times.
I think that's probably where to stop, right? And that's where we're going to leave our adventurers for now. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe, rate, and review us on your podcatcher of choice. And tune back in for the next installment in 2 weeks. Until then, here's a little preview of what's coming up next.
Make sure you fill those out in triplicate.
What does triplicate mean?
My pencil broke. You got another one?
But there are 3 of us.
Oh, right. Do we all just need 1 copy? Does that count?
This is going under level up evaluation.
Brought to you by Rattlebox Games.